The Zelda games are great, but here are 100 things from the Zelda series that players hate. Number 1, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. While most games in the series are considered masterpieces, Zelda 2 is kind of the black sheep. It's brutally difficult and becomes a side-scroller for the biggest parts of the game. It has some good things, but it's generally considered to be the worst in the series. Number 2, Navi. We've gotten some great companions like Midna and the King of Red Lions, but then we have Navi, who started this back in Ocarina of Time. It's not so much what Navi says, but the
"Hello? Look! Hey! Listen!"
Number 3, collecting over 900 Korok seeds. The Zelda series is no stranger to having collectibles scattered along the world, and they're typically pieces of hearts to increase your health, and these are typically found by completing a side quest or finding some secret hiding spot. But Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have nearly 900 to 1000 Korok seeds scattered around these massive worlds. Sometimes you get them simply by lifting a rock, but sometimes you have to do these really annoying transport missions to bring a Korok to his friend. I'm not a completionist myself, but I do know a couple, and I have never heard anyone looking forward to spending countless hours wandering aimlessly. Number 4, staying on the topic of Breath of the Wild, while it is one of my favorite Zelda games, the biggest weakness by far, besides weapons, quite literally, which I'll get to later, are the dungeons. There's just the 4 divine beasts that are just tedious and have no real theme. Number 5, the stress of Majora's Mask clock system. Now this one I kinda hate in a good way. You can be in the middle of a dungeon or doing a side quest, and then out of nowhere you have to stop everything to reset the time. Sometimes it could really set you back and be seriously frustrating, and with that being said, I think it's a real unique gameplay mechanic and actually fits perfectly into Majora's Mask. Number 6, when you find a spot that looks like it can be destroyed, but you have no bombs. Breath of the Wild didn't have this issue because you had unlimited bombs, but I can't tell you how many times this happened to me in other Zelda games, especially Tears of the Kingdom. Number 7, finding large rupees when your wallet is full. Before you upgrade your wallet in most Zelda games, you have a very limited amount of rupees you can carry, and it's infuriating when you find the 50, 100, or even 200 rupee and just can't do anything with it. Number 8, trying to find anything in the original Zelda. While it's cool that the game doesn't hold your hand and lets you do what you want, without guides, it's a slog playing through this. There's random spots you can just blow up to reveal a secret passage, but unlike Zelda games that have come after that have some indication of a secret, there's nothing here. Number 9, that one damn water dungeon in Ocarina of Time. Literally every single one of you knew this was going to be on the list. It's incredibly clunky to switch to the boots, having to go back and forth to the menu to the game, and all you pretty much do is change the water level to access different spots. At least on the 3DS it's a little better as you have the menu on the bottom screen. Number 10, wasted items. How many times have you gotten an item that looks really cool and use it in the same dungeon, but then never use it again? A big one I can think of off the top of my head is the spinner from Twilight Princess. It just feels like you barely use it after that one boss fight with it, and it just makes it feel like a waste of time. Number 11, Fi. I talked about Navi before, but Fi is just even worse. Fi will just constantly yap and yap until you rage quit. Number 12, the stylus controls in the DS games. Instead of just using the D-pad like a normal game, or even just having the stylus as an optional control option like Super Mario 64 DS, you are forced to use the stylus for the entire game. It doesn't ruin the games, but they'd be way better off with traditional controls. And number 13, Temple of the Ocean King. I just want to know who thought it would be a good idea to force the player to return to this dungeon like 50 times. Number 14, weapon durability in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not saying having the durability system is inherently bad. It forces players to try out different weapons, but it feels like some of these will just break after like 5 uses, which feels way too fragile. Number 15, losing your items in A Link Between Worlds. On one hand, it's cool you just buy these items early on, but if you die, you need to buy them all over again. Number 16, the ice physics in A Link to the Past. The ice temple is just brutal as you barely control yourself and will just go sliding around. Number 17, getting the Bigoron sword in Ocarina of Time. This just doesn't feel worth it with how tedious it is and all the training you need to do. I would just stick with the Master Sword. Number 18, useless mask in Majora's Mask. I'm not asking for all optional masks to be something crazy, but masks like Kamaro's and the Postman's have such minimal benefits that it doesn't even seem worth it to collect them unless you're trying to 100% it. Number 19, the stealth in the fortress. I get what they were doing, but it just felt slow and annoying. Number 20, both Four Swords games if you don't have 3 other people. Four Swords and Adventures can be a great time when you have friends who will play it, but if you don't, it just is not very fun. Number 21, the linearity in Skyward Sword. After Ocarina, Majora, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess, you would think Nintendo would keep the next game open to keep the adventure and exploration fans love, but instead, Nintendo made the most linear game in the series. Not to say it's bad, as I think it is a great game, but this certainly doesn't help it. Number 22, forced motion controls in Skyward Sword. Just like with the DS games, Nintendo once again forced us to use gimmicky controls instead of traditional options, but fortunately it would be fixed in the Switch remaster. Number 23, raining when you start climbing. Don't really really need to expand on this one much more. I've also been playing the game Peak recently, and this just reminds me so much of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild with this. Number 24, unskippable text options. While this isn't as much as an issue anymore, in some of the older games it would feel like NPCs would take way longer than they should be welcome to, and if you die you need to redo that part and listen to it all over again. Number 25, Zelda CDI.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
My boy.
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Number 26, the sound effect when you are low on health. I get it's just trying to warn you, but does it need to keep going on and on? Like, I get it. Number 27, paying for hints in Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Seriously, why do I have to fork over rupees just to get a vague hint from some old man? This is not helpful, it's just robbery. Number 28, those damn likes. You know them, you hate them. These monsters that eat your shield, your tunic, and sometimes your sanity. You finally buy that fancy Hylian shield, and then they just eat it. It's just gone forever unless you cough up more rupees. Number 29, random overworld damage in the original Zelda. You could literally be walking across the screen and get hit by a rock that came out of nowhere. Why does the environment itself just want Link dead? Number 30, the magic meter in Zelda 2. You run out of magic fast in this game, and when you're out, you're kind of screwed. No shields, no jump spell, no reflect, just enjoy dying to flying eyeballs. Number 31, running out of stamina climbing in Breath of the Wild. You were so close to the top, then Link gets tired and falls all the way down. You can use an elixir or simply just increase your stamina, but it doesn't stop it from being any more annoying. Number 32, Roll Goal and Twilight Princess. Why, Nintendo, why did you make this minigame so slippery, awkward, and unnecessarily hard? It's like Monkey Ball, but with pain. Number 33, the BMO's lasers. Every time you enter a dungeon and hear that mechanical beep, you know you're about to get zapped for no good reason. And these guys practically have aimbot. Number 34, Postman interruptions in Twilight Princess. You're in the middle of something epic, and here comes the postman sprinting in just to deliver junk mail. Thanks for breaking the moment. Number 35, Tingle's existence. Some people like him, some people love him for some reason, but for the rest of us, Tingle is just unsettling. A grown man in a green bodysuit screaming Kulo Limpa. Yikes. Number 36, slow text speed in older games. Why do these games think I want to read every sentence one letter at a time? Just let me mash A and move on, please. Number 37, buying a shield in Link's Awakening just to lose it immediately. You save your hard-earned rupees and grab the shield, and then a like shows up or a pit eats you and it's gone. Number 38, the camera in Phantom Hourglass. Stylus controls wasn't bad enough, they gave you a camera that's weirdly angled and impossible to adjust. Good luck seeing what's in front of you in this game. Number 39, the minecart dungeons. Why do so many games have these awful minecart puzzles? Oracle of Seasons, Spirit Tracks, Skyward Sword, and they're almost never fun. It would be crazy if they made one of these minecarts out of diamonds though. Number 40, Tower of Spirits in Spirit Tracks. It's like the Temple of the Ocean King's annoying cousin. You have to keep coming back to this thing over and over. We get it, Zelda Spirit is here, just let us finish the dungeon. Number 41, playing the Song of Time constantly in Majora's Mask. Trying to slow down time or warp somewhere, better pull out your ocarina for the 47th time today. Number 42, games getting delayed for years. Breath of the Wild was originally supposed to come out in 2015, but wasn't released until 2017. Tears of the Kingdom was delayed a year as well, and I don't hate the decision because Nintendo cared enough to make sure their games were finished, unlike many other companies, but I just hate it because I want to play the next game already. Number 43, the wind puzzles in Wind Waker. Changing the wind direction every time you want to sail somewhere is just so tedious. Oh, you want to go northeast now? Get out the baton. Number 44, secret bombable walls. They look normal, no cracks, no clues, but hey, you didn't bomb this random wall. Your fault for not trying every square inch of this map. Number 45, playing songs on the ocarina slowly. Ocarina of Time is a masterpiece, but when you have to play Zelda's Lullaby for the 800th time to unlock a door, it just gets old fast. Number 46, catching fish for hours in Twilight Princess. It was cool the first time, maybe the second time, but after 10 tries to get the right fish for a quest, I'm just done. Number 47, the unnecessary stealth segments. Forsaken Fortress, Yiga Clan Hideout, Gerudo Fortress, Zelda is an adventure game and not Metal Gear. Why do these missions always feel so painful? Maybe Link learned some stealth abilities from Snake and Smash. Number 48, Girahim licking his sword. This guy was a lot. He just made every boss fight feel like an uncomfortable fever dream. Like, imagine Ganon doing something like this. Number 49, dowsing in Skyward Sword. Instead of exploring and stumbling on secrets naturally, you get this weird point your sword like a metal detector mechanic that just isn't fun. Number 50, Moldorm pushing you off platforms. This guy shows up in every 2D Zelda and always knocks you into a pit right when he's almost dead. It's just a timeless source of rage. Number 51, playing the Ballad of Gales over and over in Wind Waker. You want to warp to another island? Pull out the baton, play the song, watch the cutscene every single time. Nintendo really couldn't let us open a map and select the island we want to go to. Number 52, the magic armor in Twilight Princess. It sounds cool, you're as long as you have rupees. Except it drains your rupees constantly, and when you run out, it's useless. Worst superhero armor ever, and to be honest, I didn't even bother using it when I played Twilight Princess. Number 53, random pit deaths in the original Zelda. You touch the wrong tile and you fall down a hole you didn't even see coming. Yeah, this is one of the many reasons the original Zelda has not exactly aged gracefully. Number 54, the Tears of Light collecting in Twilight Princess. The game screeches to a halt for these segments. You run around the map, squish bugs, collect light drops for fun? Okay, I guess that's a decision Nintendo made. Number 55, the awkward controls in the Minish Cap shrinking mechanic. Turning tiny is awesome until you fall off a ledge for the 15th time because the hitbox is weirdly janky when you're Minish sized. Still a great concept, and I'd really love to see this game come back in a remake. Number 56, cheap hits from Stalfos Knights. These guys are everywhere and they hit like trucks. You get trapped in a corner and it's basically game over. Number 57, Tingle's maps in Wind Waker. You want to finish the Triforce hunt? You need Tingle, and you'll need to pay him hundreds of rupees to translate each map. This guy's a ripoff artist in green tights, and I just want to know how he got his own game on the DS. Number 58, Blowing the Spirit Flute in Spirit Tracks. I hope you like practicing the pan flute or recorder or whatever you played in elementary school because this gimmick will test your patience and your microphone. Nintendo really was obsessed with making these games as gimmicky as possible. And just imagine playing this out in public where you need to blow on your DS. Number 59, the overpowered guardians in Breath of the Wild. First playthrough, you see one guardian and it's panic mode. You just run, hide, or pray. They can laser blast you into the sky in seconds if you aren't careful. And I don't think this is bad game design, but I just mean it's something you hate because you know you're screwed. Number 60, Ganon's Tower Barrier Gauntlets. Made it all the way to the final dungeon, but wait, you gotta beat every boss again. If you like all those fights the first time, because yep, you're doing it a second time. Number 61, bad swing controls in early Zelda games. The second Link touches water in older games, say goodbye to control. Even in recent games, it's not the best, but it's certainly an improvement. Number 62, the unskippable Great Fairy upgrade cutscenes. Yes, you're stronger, but why does she have to do this dance for 30 straight seconds every time? Number 63, Skulltula hunting in Ocarina of Time. You want that gold Skulltula curse lifted? Go find every single one. There are 100 spread across the entire game, and you better hope you didn't miss that one hidden behind a random wall. Number 64, the awful aim with a cannon in Phantom Hourglass. Lining up ship shots with a stylus is not nearly as precise or satisfying as using an actual button, and yeah, one of the many reasons that these controls were annoying. Number 65, enemies that knock you into lava or pits. Lava in Zelda has always been something to be wary of, even though you usually just respawn. It doesn't matter how much health, when you go in, you're going to lose hearts fast. Number 66, those hand enemies like wall masters or floor masters. There's just nothing scarier than the shadow forming beneath Link in the middle of a dungeon. Like they pick you up, toss you back to the start, just rinse, repeat. Yeah, these guys can be frustrating. Number 67, having to relight torches with limited time. Some puzzles give you seconds to light 5 torches across a room. You trip once, you start all over. Just who made these rooms so spread out? Number 68, shooting gallery minigames. You need perfect accuracy, one missed shot, and sorry, no missed prize for you. Better keep spending rupees, and these just aren't very fun and get repetitive real quick. Number 69, the Dark Nuts in Twilight Princess. They're big and armored and they block everything, and they take forever to kill. It's a fun design, but just long, tedious fights. Number 70, saving Medley from every annoying puzzle in Wind Waker. I can only carry this bird across gaps so many times before I lose my patience. And with number 71, the annoying escort quest, which is pretty much what Medley is, there's other characters like Ilya, Prince Ralis, and they just needed to be taken across dungeons while they do nothing. Zelda loves making you babysit someone halfway across the map while enemies swarm you. Number 72, refighting Yika clan members forever. Every time you climb a mountain or wander into the desert in Breath of the Wild, surprise, there's a loser with bananas tries to fight you. Number 73, the postman's awkward letters. I already talked about the postman interrupting, but his letters usually are another reason to be annoyed with him. Dear adventurer, here's a sale on potions from Beetle. Even in Zelda, you can't avoid junk mail. Number 74, Spirit Tracks train segments dragging forever. You thought Wind Waker sailing was slow? Try being stuck on rails for what feels like an eternity between dungeons. Nintendo was really dragging these train rides longer than Ninja dragged the low taper fade meme. Number 75, gaining a useless shield in Link's Awakening. So you finally work hard to get a shield upgrade, and the only difference, slightly less knockback. Wow, game changer. Number 76, Irihim's weird dance animations. Every time he appears, he strikes poses like he's auditioning for Zelda's next top model, and this is in addition to him constantly licking his sword like I mentioned before, just a weird guy. Number 77, slow motion moblin sneaking in Wind Waker. Like moves like molasses when carrying a barrel. Stealth never felt this boring, like you're telling me this hero can't carry a barrel faster. Number 78, fighting underwater in Twilight Princess. Water temple boss fights with water physics. Yeah, I'm good. Enjoy your 10-minute struggle to hit the boss's weak point. Number 79, buying arrows when you just want to use bombs. Why is the shop always out of the things that you need? It's like they have 90 arrows but no bombs, and I already went over this in part 1, when you just have no bombs and you need it for something. Number 80, the hey, over here guards in Hyrule Castle. Every Zelda stealth sequence has these guys. You get caught once and you're back to the beginning. You don't get checkpoints in this, and the worst is when you're almost done and then get caught and have to do it all over again. I'm sure you've all been there before. Number 81, flame puzzles that require pixel perfect positioning. Try saying that 3 times. Miss by 1 tile and you've got to reset the entire room. Thank you to the Zelda puzzle designers for this. Number 82, the Spirit Orbs and Light Spirits intro in Twilight Princess. You just want to start your adventure, but wait, here's a 30-minute tutorial with glowing animals. Number 83, no explanations for mysterious items. Here's the Cane of Samaria. What does it do? We'll never tell. On one hand, I get why Nintendo doesn't tell you, like they want you to figure it out for yourself, but this kind of just encourages players to use guides, like we can't even get a little bit of an explanation. Number 84, fishing in Breath of the Wild. Fishing could be boring in other Zelda games, but at least you had a normal fishing rod. That isn't the case in Breath of the Wild, because you actually need to swim after them or use explosives. It actually isn't that bad sometimes when you use explosives, but needing to swim after them to try and find the specific fish you need isn't exactly my favorite thing. Number 85, buying a bottle after hours of playing. Nintendo loves giving you important items like bottles way later than you actually need them. There's gotta be some magical properties in these bottles the way they're treated. And yeah, I know you can add magic things to it, I mean before you get that. Number 86, rupees inside pots and always being green. Like you find a pot in the corner, smash it, you get 5 rupees. And I'm not asking for a silver rupee in all these, but change it up a little bit. Like even 5 is probably more than you're gonna get for most. Like what if you have just some random pot here or there that you smash and you find like 20 or 50 rupees? It would just be cool and encourage players to go farming for rupees more. Number 87, using the boomerang on things it can't pick up. So many times you try to grab a heart with the boomerang and it flies right through. Nintendo's just gotta be trolling. Number 88, running out of arrows mid-boss fight. It happens all the time, especially when the boss requires arrows to kill. Back to the room before, or in my case, when I was doing this in Tears of the Kingdom, I needed to go back into the world, find or buy arrows, I forgot which one I did. And then I had to do the fight before Ganon, and then fight Ganon again. And then I needed to get Sun Shrooms because the gloom effect was too much. Yeah, that was probably the most difficult fight I've ever done in a Zelda game, and the lack of arrows did not help. Number 89, Twilight Realm Light Collection. Like the Spirit Orbs, but worse. More bugs, more wandering, more controller throwing. Okay, maybe not that far, but like, you get the point. Number 90, not being able to go underwater in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I'll give a pass to Breath of the Wild since it was a brand new thing and had to run on the Wii U, but you're telling me Nintendo can make a whole map in the sky and a whole map in the ground but couldn't have anything underwater? Number 91, Link's voice in Wind Waker. Some people love it, but that constant "yeah" every 5 seconds gets old real fast. Number 92, the awkward flying segments in Skyward Sword. Why is flying or lawfulling somehow less fun than sailing in Wind Waker? The sky feels empty, and it's another flaw in this otherwise well-made game. I'm glad we got a really expansive sky in Tears of the Kingdom though. Even though there's not as much detail on specific islands, I just feel like there's more you can find. Number 93, forced tutorials about items you already know. Yes game, I know how bombs work, I've been playing Zelda games, then the average commenter saying who's here in 2025 has been alive. Number 94, refighting Moldorm again. Why does this guy keep showing up in top-down Zeldas to knock you off the platform over and over again? Number 95, forgetting to save. This one's on the player, but I think we've all been there before, and it sucks. Number 96, unskippable cutscenes in Skyward Sword. You want to rewatch this Groose cutscene? Well, you have no choice, even though you probably want to anyway. Number 97, getting shocked into dropping your sword. Why do electric enemies do this? Like, Link has no problem holding onto 1,000 pounds of items like he's Steve from Minecraft, but he can't hold onto a weapon after getting shocked. Number 98, Redead's terrifying scream. Every single time Ocarina, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, if they didn't look scary enough, their screech may be even worse. Number 99, shield surfing, breaking your shield. Breath of the Wild made shield surfing fun, but broke your shield after like 2 good runs. This is probably realistic if we're being honest, because I don't think shield surfing can be good for it. But this game isn't exactly realistic either, so let us shield surf more. Number 100, Zelda bosses with boring attack patterns. You beat Goma by shooting its eye? Never seen that before. Can Nintendo think of any new ideas for boss fights? And that's 100 things that Zelda fans hate. Now, I am just being dramatic for the sake of this video. I love the Legend of Zelda series, and I'm just poking fun of some of the silly things in it, as well as some things I generally just don't like. Not all Zelda games can be perfect, but for the most part, they're great. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, please comment, like, subscribe, as it really helps me out, and consider joining the Game Domain Discord. This has been Domain with Game Domain, and I'll see you next time.